In this video, we're going to take a look at AR and Easy. AR and Easy is a combination of both all of the functions in Easy PDF as well as all of the functions in the AR and Collections Manager with some additional capability that is not available in either by itself. So let's take a look and see what it is that has been added. If we open up the debt collection screen, you'll immediately notice that we've added in exception summary by customer. Before I open this screen and talk about it, let me give a little bit of background as to where one of the functions come from. So in payment classes, if you remember from the AR and Collections Manager, we've set up 3 payment classes. A payment class is the average payment history for a customer. 1 would be a good paying customer who on average is no more than 5 days late. 2 would be a fair customer, no more than 20 days late on average over a period of a couple years. And 3 would be a company that is chronically late, that is greater than 21 days. This is standard in AR and Collections Manager. What we've added is the ability to not only categorize the payment history, but also categorize the size of the customer. So in this case, we've added these fields right here, A, B, and C. An A customer would be one of the company's larger customers, B would be smaller customers, and C would be the smallest. So what we've done is said that we're going to look at the sales history for the last 24 months for the entire company and for each and every customer. Then we take the list of customers with their total sales history and sort it in descending order so that the biggest customer is on top. Then we start a running total. The biggest customer plus the next biggest customer plus the next biggest customer, and so on until the running total reaches 80% of the total company sales. Once it breaks through the 80% threshold, the customers become B customers, and the running total continues for the next 15%, and those customers are B customers. The running total continues to the end, and the bottom 5% are C customers. So theoretically, there will be more C customers than there will be A's and B's. So now we're going to put the 2 pieces of information together, and we're going to have A1s, 2s, and 3s, B1s, 2s, and 3s, and C1s, 2s, and 3s. Now remember back on the calculation for the payment classes, we've set a criteria that says in order to calculate a valid average, we need to have at least 2 months worth of history, and we would like to look at up to 24 months worth of history, and we need to have at least 3 invoices. And there's some other rules where we can ignore invoices in dispute and so on. So when we run the calculations and open up the exception summary by customer, we see that rather than displaying individual invoices, let's go and remind what the exception list looks like. So here's the exception list with all of the individual invoices and their statistics, amounts, remaining amounts, and so forth. So in this screen, we're looking at a summary by company. So the Canon Group is an A3, which means that they're one of the larger customers, but they are chronically late. There are 6 open overdue invoices for a total of $250,000. This is the oldest overdue invoice, and this is the date. Okay, and this is the number of days late. It's assigned to Mary, and the next contact date appears here. So rather than looking at individual invoices, we're looking at customer totals. This has been very helpful. Now you'll notice that in some of we see that there's B's with no number, and that's because they don't have enough information according to our rules to classify them as a 1, 2, or a 3. There's only 1 invoice, and we said we need to have at least 3. So this is a B customer, but there's not enough information to calculate an average payment. Now from here, we can say that we want to look at the Canon group, and then we go up to the exception manager and we'll view the screen just as we did. From here, it appears exactly the same as the way we had it in the AR and Collections Manager. We click on Navigate and all of the information is available. Now here's another change that we've made that makes it available for AR and Easy, is since we have the ability to batch send documents, we can speak to the customer. The customer says, we can't find your invoices, can you please resend some of your invoices? So from this screen we can go over to the customer ledger entry screen and we can say we want to resend this one and this one and this one, and we say send those selected invoices to a batch. A batch in EasyPDF will open, the email address will be pulled. Since we have this checked, consolidate email, if you remember from the demo in EasyPDF, the customer will receive a single email with 3 attachments. Now some people don't want to have an individual attachments, and if we check merge PDF attachments, the customer would receive a single email with all 3 of these documents merged into a single PDF attachment. The choice of whether you have a single PDF attachment or individual PDF attachments is yours. So then the user would simply hit send, and if desired, the fact that you sent follow-up copies of invoices could be noted in the contact event history. The second important thing that we did with AR and Easy is we took a basic nav function that's been around forever, which is something called reminders, and we gave the ability to say we want to send reminders. Our collectors are going to spend most of their time on their A and B customers because that's where the biggest bang for the buck will be achieved. But that doesn't mean we want us to neglect these smaller customers. So we are able to highlight as many as you want, as many clients as you want, and say I want to send a reminder, and we will allow you to create up to 5 different levels of reminders. So in this case they already received a level 2 reminder. We're going to send a level 3 reminder. So we click on level 3, highlight the ones we want to send, and say create reminder, and the program will create a batch in EasyPDF that will send out reminders to all of these. Now, the reminder, the document of reminder looks an awful lot like a customer statement. If you want to go in, you can go in and you can show the report. You can preview the report, and you know it's a reminder because it says reminder at the top. Now in this case there was only 1 invoice. So the difference between a level 1 reminder, level 2, and level 3 is not so much this report, because the data is going to be the same regardless of what level it is. The difference is going to be the email message that is going to accompany this batch. So a level 3 reminder, and as you can see we're going to send level 3 reminders, is going to have a moderately demanding email message. So a level 1 reminder might go something along the lines of, dear valued customer, we really like you and we would like you more if you paid your invoices. You may have escaped your notice, please call us if you have any questions. So a level 2 might be a little more demanding, and a level 3 might say something along the lines that we've tried to contact you, we really would like to hear from you, it's very, very important, until we get to level 5 where we start threatening legal action or whatever outside collections or whatever additional functions that you want to threaten with. So when you have both AR and Collections and EasyPDF, it gives us the ability to open up this exceptions by summary screen, calculate A, B, and C in addition to the payment class, show summary information, send reminders, and you'll notice that now we have sent, this marks down that that we sent a level 3 reminder, and we can set a next reminder date, and that's a setup function as to how many days from the sent date the next one will go out. So if you want to set it up for 3 days, you can set it up for 3 or 5 or 7 or however many days you want. And at that point, especially since you may have a long list on here, you can set your next reminder date to be 1/25/18, 2018. And the program will display all of the lines that require a next reminder date, at which point you might say, send all of these a level 4 reminder. And it will then record the date that you requested it and what the next action is. Now, if the customer then subsequently pays off the invoices, these invoices, they call up and pay them, then that will be noted when you run the generate and update exceptions routine, and they'll fall off the list. Now, one of the things that we did, Nav with their reminders does not allow you to go backwards. If you sent a level 3 reminder to a customer, you can't go back and send a level 2 reminder. We broke that functionality and decided to make it so that you can send whatever you want. And if you want to send a level 2 reminder again, so be it. Now they're going to get a level 2 reminder. So you have the ability to send whatever level reminder you want whenever you want. This is a huge savings. This way you stay in touch with your contacts, you use a lot of the native functionality in Nav, and the combination of the AR and collections ability to categorize and identify overdue invoices with the EasyPDF batch sending functionality. And that's why in order to get AR and Easy, you have to have both EasyPDF and AR and Collections Manager. There are some other functions also that we've added in, but those are the most important. And if you have any additional questions, please feel free to give me a call, Bob Cole, at 407-260-0834, or email me at bob.cole@dynamicsnavaddons.com. Thank you very much.